Data Bites. Hello, everybody. This is Neha, your podcast host, bringing you our latest episode on the Denodo Data Bites series. We're looking forward to this data journey with all of you today, and today's topic of discussion is data transformation for better customer experience. But before we discuss further, I would like to welcome our guest this week, Nishtha Chouhan, Principal Product Marketing Manager here at Denodo. So Nishtha is a marketing leader with 15 plus years of experience, a data-driven marketer and storyteller with a deep understanding of the customer journey, market opportunities, and the buying experience across different personas and competitive landscapes. Welcome to our show, Nishtha. We're glad to have you here. I would love to know more about your growth and journey in this industry and your role at Denodo.
Thank you, Neha, for having me at your podcast show. As you mentioned, I've been in this industry for 15 plus years, and I am managing product marketing activities here at Denodo and also leading some of the customer marketing initiatives. I'm very excited to be here. So, in the past 15 plus years in this industry, I have seen a lot of changes and growth in this industry. I've started as a software engineer, then moved on to lead business functions, especially in the marketing areas where I have been in the marketing analytics and marketing product marketing area, working on different customer marketing initiatives. So throughout my career, I have been dealing with data, and I have seen the importance of data in running a business function. And also the customer companies that I worked for, we solved data problems for our customers. And over the period of last 20 years, I've seen how important data has become for any business to stay competitive. Things are changing drastically, like new data sources have been added, and companies are bombarded with different kind of multi-channels that they have to connect with, deal with, and to really stay ahead of the game. And now with like AI and everything, companies really need to make sure that data is the center of everything that they do. So it's a very agile industry, very exciting. So I'm glad to be part of this industry here.
Thank you, Nishtha. So I'm excited to start with our discussion for the day. So let's dive right in. My first question for you is, what are customers expecting from businesses today in terms of their data management needs?
So customers who are now over the period of time, the way the consumers, they have access to a lot of data. They have smartphones, they have internet access, and digital natives, whom we call the new generation, who grew up with all the internet access. They have very different expectation when it comes to customer service. So as the data industry has evolved, customer expectations have also changed. Unlike previous generations, digital natives expect instant answers to their queries. They want 24 by 7 support. They want complete transparency and constant communication through different channels, whether it be like chatbots or social media or different platforms. It's not just dependent on the call center. It's like so many different channels that they can connect with business, and they want to connect it now, and they want the answer now. So they expect, and not only that, they expect the businesses that they interact with to remember who they are. They don't want to repeat the same information every time they are talking to a call center agent or a chatbot. They want them to know who they are. So all this makes it very challenging, and also it's a good thing. It makes it important for the businesses to have a solid single view of their customer and the history of the interaction. So this becomes the priority for them, that if they want to stay competitive and if they want to be ahead of the competition, to make sure they need to make sure that they provide like a really stellar customer experience across all different channels that the customers are interacting with.
So my next question for you is, what are some of the challenges that you've seen that Denodo customers were facing initially when they came to us?
Sure. So this is the exciting part of my role, that I work with customers very closely to understand the use cases, their challenges, and how they succeed with Denodo. So I'll share some examples here. So UFCU, it's a credit union. It's a member-owned, not-for-profit cooperative credit union, and they are purpose-driven. They want to make positive impacts to the lives of their 360,000 members and the community. So they are very big on, like, they really want to make sure that they provide a stronger member experience. So recently, a couple of years back, like, they were experiencing rapid growth in the large increases of the applications, like they were growing. So the number of applications they were dealing with and the data sources they were dealing with were growing. And that was a mix of both like on premises and cloud databases and SaaS applications. So the information related to the member relationships was scattered across all different data silos. So it became very challenging and time consuming for them to really gain a cohesive, a 360-degree view of their member, the relationship, and the interactions with UFCU. So what they need, were in dire need of is like how they can understand the member perspective to improve the services to their existing and new members. So I'll share more examples from different industries just to give a sense of like how these challenges exist not in just one industry but across different industries. Another example I wanted to share is from a freight shipping company, Estes Express Lines. Now they are a privately held freight transportation company in North America. They are quite big. They've been run like without for many years, and data was not like a center for them, like data was not a focus for them earlier, but they really they realized it, and they needed a way to reduce the data entry and duplication that they were seeing, and if they wanted to provide like accelerate and simplify the data access to their business users. So there was a lot of, again, they also faced a lot of challenges with the different applications and different people accessing different applications. Same data was entered multiple times. The drivers had to enter information repeatedly, which really caused a lot of, which was very time consuming and caused a lot of, uh, also becoming expensive in terms of like the resources, the time, the resources the drivers were putting on entering data and all that, right? And also from that perspective, it becomes challenging if there's a lot of data duplication, then accessing and data becomes really challenging. So, and also, like as I mentioned, the customers with the changing the new era of customers, they are looking for like up to minute details of their deliveries. They want delivery notifications. They want to know what is where their package is and what the condition of what is the condition of the package, etc. So I mean, it's a simple example. Like even my 8-year-old daughter, she now, when I ordered some like a Lego box for her, she wants to know immediately when is it coming. She asked Alexa, when is it coming? So that's the kind of new generation we are dealing with. So, and then another example I wanted to share quickly was from a retail industry. It's a City Furniture. They are a furniture store based out of Florida, and they're pretty big there. Their data transformation story is also very interesting. They understood the importance of having a centralized data right before pandemic time, and they had just started their transformation journey before that. So while other retailers during pandemic decided to go conservative in their spending and the way they deal with their business, City Furniture took an offensive strategy, and they went full force in bringing data at the center of everything they did. And that really paid off because before pandemic, they didn't have like much of an online presence, but obviously during pandemic, with the stores being closed, it really helped them to provide a good online experience for their customers. And also, the main challenge for them was like their operational and sales data systems were decentralized from their transactional systems. So it was important when during pandemic, as you may have also seen, like there were a lot of supply chain issues, delivery issues, all that. So this, with all, when they were going through that transformation journey and having that data at the center, centralizing their operational and sales system with the transaction system, they were able to really solve the problems and provide the problems of like deliveries and returns and all that damage and other stuff, which helped them provide a really exceptional customer experience both online and in store.
Perfect. These are really great examples. Thank you, Nishta. So, we've discussed some of the pain points for our customers across different industries. So, that was very interesting. But can you tell us about what technology or solution is needed to solve these problem areas, in your opinion?
Sure. So, what really, as you saw, different examples from different industries. So they may differ, like what they're looking for, but ultimately, all these businesses, they need a solid data foundation that would help deliver a complete 360-degree view of their customers. it could be customers who are the businesses or just the direct consumers. They need the 360-degree views so that they can provide this view, integrated view to all the applications that support their either human-based interaction with the customers, such as call center, or like automatic interactions with the customers, such as chatbot. So, like you remember what I was mentioning, customers want businesses to remember who they are, despite of the channel they are interacting with. So, if you have
Right.
one integrated 360-degree view uh, that could support both, like either a customer is talking to a call center agent or a chatbot or social media, whatever, they that will help them provide a really solid, cohesive experience. And same thing like new. So these customer experience platforms, they require agility and the flexibility to deal with customers' growing expectations. So, and to again, like I would say, to really in this digital era to stay competitive and in order to provide better experience, companies need an integrated management of the end-to-end customer journey that happens with different business units or departments or in a like in an omni-channel fashion, multi-channel fashion, right? Like whether you're interacting in a bank, you're interacting with credit card or mortgage or any other business function, the bank needs to have an integrated view of their end-to-end customer journey, and they need to be able to provide timely response or adapt to their customer needs. Otherwise, like if a company business fails to interact immediately or provide an immediate response, while other business, if the other competition can do that, then they will suffer. The business will suffer. So they need to be able to integrate these diverse data sources fast and in an agile manner in order to provide the full context on their customers' interaction, and that too in a real time. So on top of the data foundation, they need like kind of a centralized semantic layer that sits on top of this integrated data layer, and this would help. This would give like an integrated view to different business functions, business users, so that when they are interacting with the customers, they are able to serve um, the consumers better. So it really provides the flexibility. So one is like integrating to different data sources. The other part is like providing that integrated view to different business functions in your organizations so that whoever is interacting with the customer and with the end consumer can serve them better.
Makes perfect sense. Thank you so much, Nishtha. We've already discussed some customer case studies and their pain points, but can you tell us how Denodo helped these customers with their data integration and transformation needs?
Sure. With the Denodo platform and that provides the ability to connect and retrieve data in real time, I'll give you an example of the UFCU that I brought up earlier. They were able to really shorten the onboarding time of new data sources. So as I said earlier too, like businesses are facing different number of data sources get added, different number of data applications get added. So the time in which how quickly you can onboard those data sources, it's key. And that's what Denodo platform allows them to do it. And makes it easy to access and then join the data. So they found Denodo platform to be a huge enabler on all fronts. The easy plugin for new data sources allowed for like continuous data enrichment and allowed them to understand their members better. Then on the other hand, like I was giving an example of ST's Express Lines. Now they created a logical data fabric layer, which played a crucial role by providing virtualized views to all their enterprise-wide systems. And also eliminated the need for their developers to write unique, ETL codes. So since it's a logical layer, Denodo provides the capability to connect logically. The developers don't have to write or move the data. There's no movement of the data or write unique codes to extract, transform, and load and from one system to another, and then stage it in project teams for to use. It was just creating the views. So this streamlined the process significantly and reduced the complexity and saved huge amount of time for Estrus Express Line. And they were also able to deliver APIs in days rather than like 4 to 6 weeks that it required. So APIs allowed them to connect their customer data with their bill of lading data, thus providing like better customer experience with real-time information and transparency to their customers about their deliveries. And then coming to the city furniture example, as I was mentioning, they were able to simplify the data access and integration problem by deploying Denodo's virtual layer atop of the multitude of data sources that they had. And this top layer, Denodo layer, was established as a unified semantic layer with a stronger governance foundation underlying it. And so this integrated semantic layer allowed different business functions, whether it be sales, marketing, supply chain, to have access to the same consistent data across different channels. And that was very, very crucial for them to serve their customers better.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Nishtha. This was a really good episode, and it was really interesting for me to understand these various customer stories that we discussed today and how Denodo has been helping these companies with their data transformation needs for better customer experience. And now, just the last part is remaining in the session. It's time for a quick Q&A round. So, are you ready to get started?
Sure.
So, my first question for you is tell me about an important scenario in your life that influenced you in your career.
Um, that's an interesting question. So there are many instances, but one of I would say um, instance where as you know, I mentioned, like I've been in the data industry and in different roles for a while. I was At one point I was volunteering for this nonprofit organization, and they were helping underprivileged kids to provide them the right kind of education or mentoring and support that they can to really help them, not to give them the right path, right? Like so that right guidance and right path to really support them. So I was just volunteering them for some particular initiative, and then keeping my data hat on, like I always had that when I spoke to them or interacted with them a couple of times. They were really struggling with in terms of putting the whole they had multiple different ways they interacted with their volunteers, they interacted with their fundraise, like people whom they fundraised with, and then also their beneficiaries who were the kids and all that. So with the resource crunch and everything, they had issues with uh, they had to spend a lot of time and also skill set. They didn't have the skill set to bring all this data together at the end of the day when they have to really report create an impact report. So I mean, I was just moved with the kind of work they were doing, and I just
Mhm.
felt like they should be spending more time in doing the actual field work than spending time in dealing with all the data issues and all that. So I helped them set up like a process and how they can consolidate their data in a very short amount of time, so that that helps them in impact reporting. And impact reporting is crucial for them because that helps in fundraising, and ultimately if they fundraise, they are able to serve the beneficiaries better, right? So it's a whole cycle. But data was again like at the core of it. If so it was important for me because it just helped me like how uh, at the end, like what the work they were doing was important, and how data was an important piece of it, and I could help them transform the way they ran their operations and save them time so that they can spend on the kids.
Definitely. That's a great example, Nishtha. Thank you so much for sharing. And my last question for today is what is your favorite book or a show that you're currently watching or a book that you've read previously?
Honestly, with a 2-year-old, I haven't have been able to watch any book or like read any book recently or watch any show. For me, shows are mostly all the Disney shows that they watch, and I have to forcefully watch that. So I'm hoping to take some time during this holidays to find
Yeah.
out a nice show for myself.
Fair, fair. Makes total sense. Thank you so much, Nishtha.
Thank you so much, Neha.
And a quick message to our listeners, if you've enjoyed this episode, please head over to www.denodo.com/podcast to find out more resources on all things data.